Hello kids, this is the second session of watercolor and in this video you will learn to paint sky in watercolor using different color tones. So as you have already learned during the session, I'm giving you a quick revision of that. So before that, you need to understand how you place your drawing sheet. Uh, this is in vertical position. And here I'm using number 10 brush for painting. Now, first, what we need to do, we need to make our sheet quite wet. For that, dip your brush in water, remove the excess of water, and then apply it very lightly and very gentle. Be gentle and move your brush like this over your sheet. Remember, do not apply your brush again and again at the same place. You just need to move down while doing this and be gentle. Okay, do not apply much pressure on paper. And this is how you need to do it. We'll just do it halfway, okay, not on complete paper. Like this. Once you're done with this, we'll be using blue color tone. So for here, I'm using this blue color. Take your blue color and blend it on your palette. Use more amount of water because the first layer, we need our water color to spread more. In this, we don't control our color. We let the color spread. And this is what watercolor is all about. We'll let the color spread according to it. Now, start from this corner, uppermost corner, and we'll spread the color like this. And see, just do the same for this side. We'll spread this color nicely. Do not move your brush again and again at the same place, and you need to apply your color very lightly. Do not take much thicker tone. See, let the color spread. See how it is. And one more thing here, we don't cover entire space. As you can see, there are few white gaps are visible between the color. Let it be. Let that white space visible. Okay. Don't make your color complete flat. Now, after this blue, we'll use violet color. So here I'm using violet color. And if you don't have that violet, you can also go with like purple or indigo. That will also work. Here we just need to create the few variation in tone to make our sky look more vibrant in color, to make it look more attractive and to define or to create an environment of like sunset. So that's why we're applying different color tones. Now, again, applying a wet brush over here so that my color will spread easily. And see, when you are changing the color from here from blue to violet, always keep the tone light. As you can see how light the blue is. The reason of doing it so, because the color will blend or merge with each other easily. Okay. Now here I'm applying violet color tone. And see how it blends. It blends very easily because the color is still wet. So kids, you need to be little quick while applying this tone over to each other. Don't let your previous color dry. Hmm? Once it dry, it will be difficult for them to blend with each other. More color on this side. As you can see, there are the few color patches and the white gaps are visible. Let them visible. This we have done it deliberately. Okay, we want this effect. So that's why we have done it like this. Don't make your color flat. Hmm. Now after this, see how I have ended with violet, a very light tone. Now we'll be moving down with magenta. Now how to get magenta? You might have magenta color tone in your color palette, and if not, so you need to create magenta. So how we create magenta? We'll mix violet and red together to create magenta. So here I'm taking my red and will mix them. So here you get magenta color tone, a combination of violet and red. If you don't have magenta color tone, you can create it by mixing blue and red together, but keep the amount of red more as comparison to blue. Hmm? Now we'll apply that tone. Like this. Keep your color light. See how easily it is spread. We'll bring it a little bit more down. And then a little bit more strokes over here. And keep it light. See how light it is. And let it spread. Now I'm blending it with yellow. Keep the tone light at end so that it easily blends with yellow. Here I'm choosing cadmium yellow. So there are different types of yellow in your color cake or color tubes. So choose this deeper one, not this bright one. Okay. So here I'm choosing this. This is called cadmium yellow, and you can change your water if it appears to be blue. You need to change your water, otherwise your color will turn into green. So always change your water before using yellow color. Now we'll apply yellow color tone. Here also keep the middle section quite bright. Hmm. Okay. How easily the color spread. You blend it little bit more with the magenta. And see how the color tone appears to be quite very light. So this is the first layer. The first layer of watercolor is always appear to be light. Hmm. Don't apply dark tones, don't apply thick color in first layer. Hmm. We'll apply all this thing in the second layer. Let the color dry, let it settle. And once it dry, we'll apply a dark tone and define the clouds more clearly. Our first layer is quite dry now. Now we apply second layer. For that, again, we'll follow the same process. And kids, watch here. See, I have not applied color on all over the paper. The thing is how much space is left at base. Hmm? So you need to leave this band below, a white band. Okay, you don't need to color it completely. Hmm? We'll complete this part in our next session. So you need to start from this, apply blue, then violet, then magenta, and then yellow. Okay, and then leave the remaining space. Now for second layer, we need our color to be little darker. So for that, we'll take a blue color, blend it with water. But here you need to control your water a little bit, not much. Hmm? So if you apply less water, the color would be a little dark. If you apply more water, the color appears to be lighter. So this is how this is what you need to understand. And as I already mentioned in our previous session, that if you want to make a light tone in watercolor, we use water to make a color light. Hmm? We don't use white in watercolor. And that's the reason we have left some white space. And see here, something is dark, something is light. So the white of the paper blend with the color and create a light tone. We don't use white color in watercolor technique. Okay. Now, need to apply dark tone of blue. So starting from uppermost part, see here, we'll apply some dark tones on this side also. The main thing is we need to apply dark in the corners. Hmm? Don't apply dark tones in the middle. We'll keep dark, we'll dark the corners. And use some amount of water, let the color spread. Do not apply brush again and again at the same place. This thing you need to understand. See, the color is dark, but still it blends easily. Hmm. I still am using quite amount of water so that color spread nicely with this. Hmm. The tone is dark, so you need to take this dark tone and apply at corners, not in middle. Again, I'm applying the color this side. darker tone. Again, applying a little bit dark tone here in this section. We'll apply more in this part. Let's see how it spreads. So let the color spread quite a bit. So we are not creating a drawing of a cloud or something specifically. In watercolor, we create the impression of that thing. See, so this is the way you need to apply your color and dark your corners. Okay, don't dark the middle part, dark corners. Make your corners appears to be darker. Now, the main reason to dark the corner is because it captures the entire attention in the middle. Okay, that's why we dark the corners. So when the center appears to be bright, it captures the attention. And also the light tone defines that the sun rays are seeking behind from that clouds. So that's why this is to define the light. And with this, we're almost done. And I'm using few magenta tones. Now after this, we'll use yellow. And to make the yellow dark, here I'm blending it with orange. Not much, just quite a bit. We blend more yellow on this side. And with this, it's almost done. We'll continue and apply color in our next session, and we'll define the water in this lower part. Okay, so above the sky and below section is of water. So we'll understand the difference pattern or a flying stroke for water. So practice the same as your homework, and try to understand how we need to use our color to create the effect of a sky and also the brush application.